To the best of my understandably shaky recollection, the first time I died went something like this. That's a pretty cool first line, actually, if I do give myself some credit. What I'm going to try to do with the class is go right from the beginning, from ideas for books. Really terrific sports writer named Red Smith said, writing is easy. All you do is stare at a blank piece of paper until drops of blood form on your forehead. We'll deal with outlines. Outlines are huge. How to create a scene. Be careful of, oh, I got it figured out. I don't want to read anymore. That's death. Every short story I ever sent out was rejected. My first novel was turned down by 31 publishers. It's rare that somebody comes up with a totally fresh idea out of nowhere. You already know how to do it. Write the story. Don't write sentences. Why am I doing this? Because I've been there. It's a daunting thing to sit down and start a book. I'm James Patterson. This is my masterclass.
Thank you so much for joining us. It is pretty great, right?
It is, yeah. You chills. No, it's perfect. That's wonderful.
It's a perfect setting.
My voice was sounding so nice as opposed to what it really sounds like.
It sounds very nice.
I need a sound system attached to my body. There's another movie,
Can you imagine just walking around talking like this at all times?
Yeah. I have a little cold, so I'm a little deeper right now. So what are we talking about?
First of all, I wanted to tell all these guys that you are the best-selling writer on this planet. Maybe not on Mars.
It's kind of tragic.
Or Jupiter, but on Earth for sure. So
that is a small tragedy, but I'll take it, yeah.
So congratulations on that. And it's really an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
And Masterclass.com features little nobodies like Christina Aguilera, Serena Williams.
They're all writers, right?
You know, and you. And
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman.
We've heard of him, yeah, Kevin Spacey. But when I was watching your masterclass.
Masterclass.com. They told me to say that.
Masterclass.com.
Right.
But when I watched your Masterclass.com, it really, I think I told you this backstage, inspired me to stop talking about writing a book and actually sit down and try to write a book.
Good.
And the best advice, in my opinion, that you gave was when you sit down to write a book, write for one person, a woman. We'll get to that later, why a woman. But I've never thought of that you write for one reader.
It's a way. When I did the master class, I'm not trying to teach people how to write. All I'm doing is, here's what I do. You may find some of it useful. That's all. I would never suggest that I know how to tell people how to write. But here's what I do. Here are all my tricks. Here's all my thoughts. Here's what I've learned. Here's what I've learned to avoid. And then you make of it what you will.
And speaking of avoiding, what is the number one mistake that would-be writers make?
Look, if you have to do it, you got to do it. I mean, there's just no getting around it.
In terms of, you have to have the passion. If you have the passion,
I mean,
you will write.
if you're at a certain point, if you're just going to have to. You'll have to sit down and write it. So that's not a learned thing, I don't think. Number one mistake, I don't know, something that they do all the time.
Probably something.
I tell you, I think the most important thing, not for every writer, but for most writers, is to do an outline first, and keep redoing it. I will always do an outline, and it'll be 4 or 5 drafts. And if you read one of my outlines, you'll go, okay, they're entertaining, and they're suspenseful, and you wouldn't have to necessarily read the book. I could just sell the outlines,
Oh
I could save a lot of time.
We have a new business venture.
Yeah.
OutlineMasterclass.com.
Yeah.
What is your writing process like? Do you go to an office every day, or is it when it grips you?
Somebody said you're lucky if you find something you love to do in life, and then it's a miracle if somebody will pay you to do it. So that's my gig. I don't work for a living. I play for a living. I write every day. The last time I didn't write was my son just graduated from high school, so I went to his graduation. I didn't write that day. That's rare for me. But I guess some of it is just being compulsive, but for the most part, I just love to do it. I love telling stories.
And how did you develop this curriculum?
What I liked about this group right from the beginning was every time they talked to me, they were smart. All the plans were smart and organized. And they said, look, we're going to do this in 2.5